Avatar, you did it!
I did it! Cotton Candy era has begun at Titan Championship Wrestling. I am so excited.
I'm excited for you too. Congratulations.
Thank you. The reign of Captain Gumdrop is over.
So what are your thoughts right now winning this championship?
My thoughts right now is my dad's here. My best friends are all here. All of Candyland came out. There's 210 beautiful people in this place, and we are going to have a celebration.
Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's going on, wrestling fans? I'm here to tell you that on March 16th in Brentwood, New York, it's the big event where Papa Dank and Beyond the Barricade will be there. And joining them will not only be PJ Savage, the Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar, but just recently added is, the voice of WrestlePro, Creator Pro Wrestling, Invictus Pro Wrestling, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, MMA, kickboxing, you name it, the list goes on and on. Yours truly, Ryan Peterson, aka Sexy Ryan. I am looking forward to being a part of that amazing crew and hope to see all of you at the big event live from Brentwood.
I am, yeah.
The only psycho here is me. Who will be coming?
Awesome. I can't wait, man. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Baz is supposedly coming.
We're going to overwhelm each other, so.
I got a question.
Belong. Those belts were around their waist.
Hold on. Let me see. Finally, we've been waiting for you to come. All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo. What else you got?
Lucas wants a new belt.
Whoa.
I wish I could, what is it, Big?
That's not even the real 4360.
Snapchat?
No, sorry.
All right. But today I got a very special guest.
If you don't know who I am,
I will never follow Papa Dank on Twitter.
Have been my favorite wrestlers, and it's like the first time.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank, your current 23/6 YouTube heavyweight champion of the world. This baby is back home where it belongs. I'm going to put that to the side for now because it's heavy as shit. But anyway, I'm so excited tonight. You're going to ask yourself, why are you excited, Papa Dank, tonight? Because I got a good friend of mine, a great pal of mine, coming back to the podcast. We haven't done the podcast since the pandemic, really, when I was just a tiny little dank in YouTube land. Now I'm big deal danks. I'm everywhere. I'm all across the United States and beyond. So let me bring to you my very special guest, the one, the only, Brittney Savage.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I think I lost my voice.
Full
Hi,
of
Robbie. How are
excitement.
you? There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people on Instagram right now. Tanta Fury, our good pal Marissa's on there. Acefield Pro, Hype Beast is on there. A bunch of people on there. Woo! All right, Brittney. It's been a while, huh?
It has since the pandemic. Oh my God.
I know. I went to go meet you at your friend's house, and I was like, there's a party going on here. What is going on? But
Pandemic party, of course, you know.
it was all good. It was all good.
Yeah.
We did our little thing, and then I left. I went on my way.
And
now you're. It was a good time, and now you're back, and I'm so excited because we remained friends during that whole time, and I just want everybody who hasn't experienced your story to get a chance to listen to you tell it.
Perfect.
So let's start off with how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
Ooh, so how I fell in love with professional wrestling is because throughout middle school, everyone continuously spoke about wrestling, WWE. And I was like, well, what is that? So obviously I decided to check it out. I grew up with two older brothers, but it wasn't so much their thing. And of course, me being the only female sibling, I was the one who was highly invested with WWE. And it wasn't because there were good looking men on there, maybe slightly at that age, okay? But then I developed such a passion for it. But as I grew older and got into high school, I kind of reared off out of that direction because I was in high school. Who watches wrestling in high school, right? You're trying to do other things and accomplish other goals in life. And then this guy that I was talking to at the time, he was obsessed with WWE. So I was like, guess I'm having to watch WWE now. So we would watch it all the time together. And I was like, you know what? That's Trish Stratus. I can see myself doing something like that because she is small, she is mighty, she is fierce, and I'm exactly the same way. So about college, I went for criminal justice and I was working very hard. And, you know, I parted my ways from college and I'm like, this just isn't for me. And I was just very like focused on work. That's my passion, is just very driven. And I feel like I can't sit through certain type of classes, but I was like, wrestling classes, I feel like I can sit through. I feel like, you know, I can do that. So I went down to a wrestling school. Fortunately enough, one of my older brothers was working out at a gym with this big muscular bodybuilder guy. And he was like, you know, this guy that I work out with, he is wrestling out of school. And I was like, no, what do you mean? Like, no way, I need to go with him. So he brought me down to the school, FTW. Sorry, I was like, what was the name of it? Oh my God, it feels so long ago. So brought me down to school. It was over in Queens. And I fell in love with it. I was like, I was the only female, and I'm like, I have what it takes.
Right.
Needless to say, he left because he couldn't take it. And I'm like, you are jacked. Like, this makes no logical sense whatsoever, but it's fine. I'll tough it out. Fun fact is that the promoter at the time was like, all right, she's the only female. Like, we're going to get rid of her. Like, let's see if we can, like, cut this girl off. And I was like, absolutely not. Now I'm more determined than ever. So I stood with it. And then shortly after that, I was a few months in and I got a call from WWE. And, you know, yeah. So I think at that time, right before that, sorry, backtrack a little, I ended up hearing from Sean the Mick at the time, who was the WSU promoter. Went on with Sean. And then that's when I ended up getting my phone call from WWE. So everything for me just happened so quickly inside of wrestling. So that is kind of how I got into it, and a little bit of more intake on there.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What is up, Herb? Herb says, good evening. Your guest is adding beautification to your program. Like, what? Wait, you don't think I'm good looking enough, Herb? What the hell? All right, I guess.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go into your first match. Who was your first match with, and what were your thoughts during your first match?
Oh, Chrysler. So my first wrestling match was at WSU, and it was actually a tag team match. It was myself. I don't know if you ever heard of Reign of Fire. She wasn't around for very long. So it was her and I thrown in a tag match, which I am short. We know I'm a small, little, tiny person, and she is very, very tall. So we made no sense, like, whatsoever. But that's okay. You don't have to make sense, right?
True.
No sense. And our opponents were Trixie Lynn. I don't know if you've heard of her either.
I have.
You have? Okay. I don't know, like, if she's still around or whatnot. And then
I don't think she's still around, though.
She is?
No, I don't think she is. No.
Okay. I was like, wow. And her partner at the time was Rest Her Soul, Melissa Coates. So there was that. Enough said, it was my first match, so it wasn't very, very good. And plus my tag partner was very green as well. And then the two women I was in the ring with, also green. Not a good time. But yeah, so you learn from it, right? Like, you learn, you grow. Like, that's really
absolutely.
as much as I can say about that match, because it was not good. I'm not gonna fabricate it.
As you guys keep going in your matches, you always learn, right?
Yeah, exactly. For me, my biggest thing with professional wrestling is you can go down to train as many times as you want. That's fine. Like, that is how you learn. That is how you grow, you develop.
Right.
But when you step foot inside of the ring in front of a live crowd, that is where you're going to learn a lot more, because, you know, you're going through everything. Your body's going through the motions. You have all that adrenaline behind you, and you're like, you know what? Like, I just fucked up in front of so many people, or it could be like 5 people, honestly. Like, I just fucked up so badly, and that made me feel horrible, and now I want to do better. So.
Right. Okay. All right. Who was your favorite opponent that you've ever wrestled? You've been with some great people.
Been with a lot of people. Let's see.
Well,
Favorite opponent.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm like really trying to think. Obviously, I've really enjoyed working with Mercedes Martinez. You know, her and I worked each other a hell of a lot. She really helped me a lot too inside of the wrestling industry. So she was definitely my favorite just because I felt like I learned so much from her, but I learned a lot from everybody that I was inside of the ring with. But most fun inside of the ring with was always when I teamed with Rick Cataldo. Like, I'm just going to say it. Like, it was just, you know, that chemistry that we had, and it was just amazing. And also Rick definitely helped me out a lot, like drastically along the way too, because if it wasn't for him being my mic piece for quite some time when I first started, I probably would have shit the bed so much quicker. So
okay, Robbie says, who was your favorite wrestler?
Ooh, so favorite wrestler overall on the independent scene and, you know, WWE, TNA, all that stuff, or
I guess in general.
Okay. So growing up, obviously Trish Stratus, Stratusfaction. That was my girl. Absolutely loved her. That's the reason why I got into professional wrestling. So I would definitely go with Trish. If it's from a male perspective, I would have to say, for me, it was The Rock.
The Rock.
It was The Rock, and it's not because of his wrestling. It's because he knew how to work a mic. He knew how to work the crowd just by using his voice. So not from a physical aspect.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He's still doing that. He's still working the mic.
He looks good doing it too. Like, he does not age.
100%. He looks fantastic. Man. And wrestling is, like he said, it's cool. It's cool again. And it's so crazy popular. You know, you have WWE, AEW, TNA, NWA, and other promotions like MLW. You got Beyond. You got all these little federations even growing faster and faster. It's like crazy. Even the crowds at the independents is growing in the last year. I've seen it grow.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's so much going on within the wrestling world right now. And I'm just like, I can't keep track, honestly, at all anymore.
There's a friend of ours in the chat, Mr. Robert Franklin.
Oh, hi.
What's up? How you doing? Hope all is well. All right. Who was your favorite tag team partner of all time?
To team with?
Yes.
Okay. I would say, obviously, everybody's favorite, AJ. Just because, like, we didn't team together for so long, but we teamed together when we were both super green. We were both brand new to the wrestling world, and we both learned so much together in such a short period of time. And it's funny because her and I were never supposed to be partnered together. We were never supposed to be paired. It just happened because Annie Social and Roxy Cotton, they were supposed to put their titles on the line, and their opponents didn't show. And actually, fun fact, I believe, Roxy Cotton and Annie Social were supposed to keep their titles, but they were a little bit late to that show. And I feel like there were other shows that they unfortunately weren't able to make after that. So the titles kind of just got thrown to myself and to AJ, to April. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, like, we definitely learned and grew together. And then when she got signed with WWE, obviously I was very proud of her. Like, she accomplished so much in such a short period. And then, you know, I went on by myself, and I had to grow by myself, but I would definitely have to say her.
All right. Robert says he is glad you are on.
Oh, thank you.
Big daddy over there, Mr. Robert Franklin. All right. What was the best advice when you were in WWE that someone gave you there?
God, it's like so long ago. Hold on. My old brain has to think a second. The best advice that I had received.
NYW is watching us. What's up, NYWC?
I'm trying to think of the best advice that I got. I feel like everything just that day happened so quickly for me. I was just, it was between myself and one other female talent with TV that day. They were undecided as to who was going to go up against Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
I guess what I could go off of is Fit Finley, because I was always a go, go, go type of person, because I was always so nervous being in the ring. And I'm just like, okay, next, let's go. And he was like, slow down. You could tell more of a story by slowing down. So I guess that would be the best advice that I had received that day.
Okay, awesome. Next question. Who did you want to wrestle that you didn't get a chance to wrestle while you're active performing?
I guess I could say AJ, April again, because we never got the opportunity to actually wrestle against each other. And I feel like her and I could have definitely had a great match because we were very in sync with each other. But I'm trying to think of all the women that I've seen on the independent scene that I never had the opportunity to work with. I feel like I've gotten to work with so many great, talented ladies. Right. I guess Angelina Love in a singles match, we've gotten to team against each other, but it was never a one-on-one match. So I would definitely go with her.
Okay. All right. We got a comment for you. Brittney is the best. Total sweetheart and such a hard worker, and she's beautiful to boot. Your show is lucky to have her on. Thank you, Dale.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know Dale? I don't know Dale.
I do.
Okay.
Know Dale. I've known Dale for a long period of time.
All right. Our good friend JT Kaysen is on as well watching this. What's up, JT?
Hi, JT.
I love that guy.
Yeah, so do I. That's my boy. I love JT.
I like JT too, man. We got to go out and drink, JT. Come on, let's do it. Aftermath coming up. We'll go into that in a little bit. But who on the independent scene? I know you've been out here recently looking at some stuff. Who do you see has a lot of potential right now?
Honestly, I'm going to say your girl that you had on last night, Dolly.
Dolly Darko.
Dolly is, to me, very professional inside of a locker room, outside of a locker room. There's things that everyone has to work on inside of a wrestling ring, and I feel like that girl knows things that she has to work on, and she doesn't get down about it. She puts in 110% each and every single time, and she doesn't get discouraged if somebody, makes a comment or gives her a little bit of criticism. She accepts that criticism because it's positive criticism, and she rolls with it. So I would definitely have to go with Dolly. I see a bright future for her.
Dolly Darko, there she is right there. Such a great person too, man. We had such a great time chatting. So
very much so a sweetheart, for sure.
She's definitely an up and comer, and one of the few chosen at the free for all for Titan Championship Wrestling's brand, CPW, Chosen Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I'd seen that. That's amazing. Good for her. And I heard her say she was the 10th pick, but you know what? Like she said, 10th is
best for last. That's right. I will also be involved with Chosen Pro Wrestling in the future, as that is part of the Titan umbrella. So I will be there as well. So I'm excited to see what my future holds for that.
Exciting. Doing all the big things.
I know. I'm trying to make some connections, some moves, but
it's good. That's what you have to do inside this company, inside this industry. Right?
Yeah, it's a lot of hustling. Let me ask you that question. With you going out as a professional wrestler, traveling, all that stuff, how was the grind for you?
It was hectic. So again, like when I first got involved in professional wrestling, I was working pretty much full time as a Hooters girl. And I was also a personal trainer. So I was juggling three things. And for me, I was constantly on the road. I was on the road sometimes Thursday through Sunday. Sometimes I would wrestle 2 matches a day. Sometimes it could be 4 matches a day. I'm so sorry. My phone is apparently not on mute. Sometimes, 4 matches a day, or it could be like just a weekend, but it's so much, but I loved it. For me, I hate being overwhelmed, but I secretly love being overwhelmed at the same time.
Okay. All right.
Because I like the adrenaline, and I'm a go type person. So it was fun. It was definitely fun.
the traveling is fun too, and so is like being a part of the I'm saying it wrong. Camaraderie with your fellow wrestlers. I mean, I have a lot of great friends now in the business, and just that interaction with everybody is really really awesome. Like, you can't even describe it to nobody who's like on the road doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They'd be
honestly,
like,
you get to meet so many people along the way, and everyone has their own personal experience that they have gone through, and you just
100%.
gain so much knowledge from everybody, so it's really nice.
100%. All right. Tell me, what does Brittney Savage like to do for fun? Does she collect? Does she hang out? Does she watch TV? And then what are your favorite eats? Like, what do you like to munch on?
What do I like to munch on? I'm going to start with that because
All right.
I love to munch.
Me too.
No, my favorite thing is actually Mexican. I 110% love Mexican. So I'm going to go with that. I don't really snack too much. Definitely, especially right now, I'm trying to watch my figure a little bit. And I know Marissa's probably watching. She's probably like, that's a lie. So I will say nacho fries when they are around. I will nibble on those. From
Those
time
are
to time,
really
of course.
good. Really good.
Really good. They are, and limited time. Like, what is
I
that?
know. I drive by Taco Bell. I'm like, that's really bad for me.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's so bad, but it's so delicious. And every time I take my daughter to Taco Bell, she's like, "Can you ask if they have nacho fries?" And I'm like, "It's not on the menu, but I'll ask them anyway."
It's not right now. They have
So
the crispy empanada. Have you had that?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I like empanadas, but I don't want to. That's separate for me.
It's really different. It's not the same.
Yeah, because Taco Bell's not real Mexican food. So, like,
Right.
I'll do soft tacos from there and the nacho fries. Maybe a quesadilla. Oh, wow, I sound like such a fatty. Look at me.
Marissa's got some comments for you. I'm going to read them real quick.
It.
Girl is obsessed with Pita Pit. Seems like every time Britt goes on a diet, nacho fries come back.
This is facts. Every time nacho fries would leave, she would always be like, "Can you just go on a diet again so that way the nacho fries come back?" And I'm like, but yeah, that's a fun fact. What I like to do for fun. So obviously I work a lot. And I'm also a mom, as we all know. Well, some people might not know, but that is my top priority, is my daughter, followed by work. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I like to keep busy. But as far as fun, I like to hang out with my family. I like to hang out with my friends. I don't go crazy. I'm about to be 37. Shh, don't tell anybody. But
don't tell anybody but everybody watching across the United States, though.
I'm getting older, I'm already starting to think about retirement that I know is never going to happen for myself. But I just envision myself laid up on like a beach somewhere, and it sounds nice, but
now, unfortunately, Marissa has moved.
She has moved. She moved to the Carolinas.
I mean, that's great that you moved down there, but probably not good that you guys won't see each other as much.
I know. I lost my best friend, but she's trying to get me to go down there, but it's not happening. Like,
it's hard. It's hard to leave Long Island once you've been here.
Oh no, I'm 110% planning to leave the islands because I'm over New York, but I can't.
Gotcha.
I don't want to go south again.
Okay, all right. Did you live down in the South before?
I lived in Florida.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, I lived in Florida for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What federations did you work for down there?
Okay, so the funny thing is, I did my thing here in New York, right? All over the place, all the time. Right. Moved to Florida because I'm like, I want to better my chances of potentially getting signed one day. To barely wrestling because there's like very limited wrestling promotions down there apparently. Because if you think about it, you have, NXT was there at the time. What was it? FCW at the time it was. So, there were some companies, but one of the main ones I worked for was Shine. So it's an all women's promotion.
Right.
And then I did FPW. Yeah.
Okay.
FPW. Had to think about it.
Shine is still out there.
Yes.
Do you still watch the product?
No, I don't watch wrestling.
Okay.
It's a little bit here and there that I'll catch up on it because I'm like, I put it on just to see people that I know, from the past. I'm like, good for them. They're doing their thing. Let me see what they're up to. But no, honestly, no. Kind of cut myself off a little bit.
Have you ever thought about coming back to the business one day?
I mean, you have asked me this question once before, and
I
the
did.
last time you had asked me this question, I said absolutely not. So I'm just gonna say, like the great Justin Bieber once said, "Never say never."
Now you made a small appearance last year at the Psycho Circus.
Yeah, there I was. Quick comeback.
Quick comeback. Tell me about what Psycho Circus meant to you
So,
in general.
Yeah, so Psycho Circus is obviously NYWC's largest show of the year. So to be a part of the Psycho Circus meant so much to me because I loved working with NYWC. I always say that they actually are the ones who are like my home, like my family, because that's where I really gained the most knowledge. So especially because I got to work with JT Kaysen and with Boo, so those were my boys. We had the Beer Belly Bandits going on, so they brought us back, and of course Spider too. It felt surreal to me, like just even the crowd, like they were really there for it, so it meant a lot.
They were. I remember.
Yeah. It was exciting, honestly. We were in a box, which first of all, I was petrified because I'm pretty sure there was a spider in there, and I'm like, oh my god, like get me out of this box right now, please.
Yikes! Last year,
smoke, forget it.
Last year I went as a fan. This year I was able to do my vlog there, which was really exciting. It was one of my goals to check off. It would have been fun if you would have been on the vlog.
Yeah.
Someday. But Marissa has a message for you. Marissa says she legit calls me 1,000. 100,000 times a day. Anyways, we are lost without each other. Oh, Marissa. I'm sorry. There's always FaceTime, Marissa.
Oh, we did that all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Dale says, did you see Iron Claw? What are your thoughts on Iron Claw?
I have not seen that yet. I have not. That's with Zac Efron, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I had seen the preview for it, but I just wanted to make sure it was correct.
Zac Efron.
It looks good, but I haven't seen it. I feel like like I said, I really kind of distanced myself with the world of professional wrestling. I still love wrestling, don't get me wrong, but I feel like right now I'm just focused on so many other things and so many other upcoming projects that I myself am working on right now that have nothing to do with wrestling. So I'm just, again, trying to distance the two so I can really prioritize the one thing that's my goal right now.
Okay. Do you want to talk about some of those projects?
Some of those projects, it's mainly one project.
Okay. Let's hear
it. Yeah. So I'm in the process of hopefully going to start my own online business with fitness. So you heard it first.
Heard it first.
I'm hoping to have everything started, like at least up and started.
Breaking
come
news. Awesome. Breaking news.
Thank you. I really haven't said anything to anybody yet because I always know that every time I say something to people, I end up just not doing it. And I'm like, I need to complete this. Like, this is a passion and I'm really dedicated to this right now.
All right. Marissa says she thinks you have one more match in her left. Possible.
In a video game.
2K24, whatever it is now. I don't know what's up. I don't have time for video games, man. And Iron Claw is sad. It's really sad. Yeah. The ending really gets me.
I love Zac Efron. I just actually watched his movie with John Cena the other night. It was actually pretty funny. Ricky Stenicki, I think it's called.
Oh, I got to see that. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a good stuff. Yeah. I mean, even John Cena says he's probably got room for one more championship run.
I don't know about that one.
So you never know. Brittney may come back. What about managing? You ever thought of being a manager?
To be a valet? I mean, so the thing with me is, again, I do have love for the wrestling industry. I have always had such a passion for it. And yes, I would be a valet, but I know myself so well that as soon as I'm anywhere close and personal to a wrestling ring, I'm going to crawl back in there, and that's going to be it. Game over, neck done, body kaput. Like,
Oh no. Oh,
but
JT said that movie was fun. I think he's talking about the John Cena movie.
Ricky Stenicki, so funny. You need to see it. And anybody who hasn't watched
I
it,
gotta
again,
watch it.
that is way different than watching a wrestling movie to me. So funny. So funny.
All right, I gotta watch that. What is it on again?
I watched that on Amazon Prime, I want to say. I believe it was
Alright.
Prime.
I got all the channels, man. It's very expensive to have all these channels, just so you know.
It is.
Disney, Netflix.
I was gonna say Disney Plus is my thing. I've been watching so much Boy Meets World.
Oh, I love that show. That show was great. The reboot was good too. I enjoyed the reboot.
Oh, Girl Meets World? I tried. No, Boy Meets World is my thing.
I enjoyed it.
I couldn't do it.
The OG show.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the shows on Disney Plus you recommend? Brittney's recommendations. Here we go.
Definitely Boy Meets World. I don't know if I've really watched too many other shows on Disney Plus. I really just watched Boy Meets World, and I've been watching Halloween Town. So.
Okay. All right. Are you a Marvel fan? Do you watch any of the Marvel stuff?
I do actually like Marvel, and I keep forgetting that Marvel movies are a thing on Disney, because to me it's weird.
They're all on there.
Yeah. I just forget. I think WandaVision's on there too, right? Like
It is.
Yeah.
WandaVision was really good.
I actually did watch a little bit of WandaVision. That is a good show.
It is a good show. And the spinoff is coming out this year. Agatha.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Agatha. They made an Agatha show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah, the last show was Loki. That was really good.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, it was
I like
really
Loki
good.
though.
It sets up the future.
I gotta see.
They all tied to the shows. They all tied. Actually, no. The last show that came out was Echo.
Echo?
Yeah, Echo is part of the Daredevil part of it.
Now I'm gonna have to watch all this and remember and be reminded that it's on Disney Plus, because again, to me, I'm like Marvel, Disney.
That's right. Dale says X-Men '97.
Ooh, throwback.
They restarted the Fox X-Men cartoon. They did. 100% they started. Marissa says, you heard her, guys. Get her in the ring and she will come back. Uh-oh. Marissa wants you to come back right away. She'll fly down here to see that.
She's going to be on the outside of the ring having to sweep me up into the little dumpster. Like, sweep me up, put me in the trash. My body's going to be shot. I don't know. I could say I'll do one more run, but I don't know if my body can handle it. We'll see. Again, never say never. Never know.
Say never. That's right. Never say never. Will it be, if you were to come back, at NY?
I don't know. I have no idea. It potentially, again, I don't know, because to me, I'm like done with wrestling. So I'm like,
All right.
But I love and respect everybody at NYWC. I guess if I were to say yes, then yes, I would go back to NYWC in a heartbeat.
Anybody else from, I like talking about NYWC because they really welcome me with open arms. Anybody else on the roster you see has a lot of great potential?
Honestly, yeah, I'm not going to say it because he's on the podcast, but of course, JT, I've always felt that way about him since day one, because he has a great character.
I like it too.
Alone. And he knows how to work inside of a ring. Like, he knows how to storytell. And to me, that is the most important thing from a wrestler perspective, is storytelling. And not just, doing, like, because so many people, I call them like fancy wrestlers, fancy workers, and I think they're amazing. But, people that can really slow down and make something make sense by just going over like basics and all that, if that makes sense. Again, storytelling, I like that. And I feel like that's exactly what JT has to offer inside of the ring anywhere he goes. And I definitely like the fact that JT's kind of moving outside and doing other things. And I definitely want and would love to see him progress and do more. And I can't wait for it.
Okay. What did you like working better, heel or face?
A heel, of course. I hated being a baby face because I'm like, let's go, guys. Like,
right.
I hated it. I loved being a heel just because it's so much different from the person I actually am. Don't get me wrong, I can be a bitch to people. People rub me the wrong way, but it's so much different than my actual personality. And I feel like it really just kind of helped me develop and find myself more as a person, just overall, because I felt like for a long period of time throughout my childhood, growing up, just constantly being bullied in middle school all the way up to my senior year of high school, and just never having that backbone. So I feel like becoming that heel really enforced me to, take on this other personality, not like split personality per se, but like another personality that I didn't know I had inside of me. Like I had a backbone and now I knew how to use it. So definitely I go with heel every single time.
All right, let's end this on a great note. Tell me about a great rib story that happened to you.
A great rib story?
That's right.
There were so many. There was so many being a female traveling with men constantly, because you were constantly just stuck with them, because that's how you started. You started with all men and you were never really surrounded by women. So I guess a great rib story is right after my first match, that tag match I told you about. I found out later on that right before my match, I'm not going to say which opponent, but one of them let loose inside the babathroom.
Oh, no.
Right before my match.
Yikes.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, so I didn't know like if it was an actual like rib or did this actually happen. So I just pretend like it was a rib because that's what I hope for. But it was probably
oh man.
So
I don't think it was a rib. I think
probably not. But I'm gonna pretend.
Maybe they had some Taco Bell, you know what I'm saying?
Nacho fries weren't a thing then, so
no, but Taco Bell was.
True. Oh God, yeah. It was fun.
Awesome. All right, Brittney, tell everybody where they can follow you.
Oh, honestly, I'm a very private individual now. But stay tuned, because once I do take on this fitness journey of mine, I will be recreating a brand new Twitter, which I think actually is going to be the Brittney Savage, which I have right now because somebody actually hacked my old account that I had for professional wrestling. So I had to create a whole new account. So there was that. So that will be the one to look out for. I guess I'll keep it, but it'll become fitness. And then my Facebook is, I think it's Brittney Savage. I think so. I had like 5 Facebooks. So whichever one is me posed on a bed like this, that's me.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah. Right. And then I'm still on that Twitter thing, X, whatever you want to call it, but I don't utilize it. That's at the Brittney Sav.
All right. And just an FYI, Brittney's going to come back as a future guest co-host.
Yes. I'm excited for that.
It's got to be a really good guest. It's got to be someone we both know.
Of course, 110%.
We're working. Aftermath is coming up soon. So we'll talk about that in a minute. All right. As for me, this Saturday, I am going to be at the big event, New York, with the one and only PJ Savage, who's the Titan Championship Wrestling champion and Funhouse champion, as well as Sexy Ryan Peterson, guest ring announcer for the whole Northeast. He's everywhere. And the Cotton Candy Princess, Tiffany Avatar, is the new Goddesses of War champion. We'll be at the big event. That's going to be huge in Brentwood, New York. Everybody will be there except for MJF. He dropped out. Stuff happens. After that, we're going to go down to Bayshore. We're going to all get in our cars, drive down to Bayshore. Everybody's going to wait online except for me because I'll already be inside. For Before the Storm for Victory Pro Wrestling. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets. If you use the code PapaDenk, it will not work because they didn't give me a code for you to save money. But come down anyway and support VPW because I will be there filming my latest vlog and also make an appearance formerly from NXT. And it's our first match after leaving NXT last month is Cameron, formerly known as Amari Miller. She will be at Victory Pro Wrestling this Saturday. After that is NYWC Aftermath. I'll be there as well as the one we mentioned before. Dolly Darko takes on Amity LeVay in a rematch for that Starlet Championship. And the last time I saw Amity, she pulled out a screwdriver.
He
Yikes.
screwed somebody.
She pulled that thing out. It was like, whoa, take it easy. Take it easy. I'm like, calm down. Calm down. Oh, Robert Franklin's going to stop by and say hello. Excellent. Great. You're coming down, buddy. All right. After that, what do I got going on? I got a lot of stuff going on. Rise of the Titans coming up from Titan Championship Wrestling Saturday, May 11th. I will be at that show as well. And then make sure you check out the Papa Dan commercial running with SICW Wrestling. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow. Well, don't follow Brittney yet.
You can actually, you can. So actually, I take that back. Please start following me. I think I have like 100 followers on there, but I don't utilize it. But please start following at least.
Start following because Brittney's going to be launching her company soon. And of course,
I have the name already, but that's on a hush hush.
Hush hush for now.
Yes.
And then I'll be back also for my friends, the SATs, as they will be presenting for Wrestling Is Now, the Winner Circle on 420. And you know what 420 is, Britt. There's going to be a great battle royal, 20-man battle royal, as my buddy PJ Savage will be there in it as well. And if you're on Long Island, make sure you check out NYWC for their school and sign up to be a professional wrestler if you're interested. If you're on Long Island, if you're out in Queens, go to the workshop hosted by the SATs themselves, the Maximos, and my buddy PJ Savage. Let's get all the bases covered. And if you think anybody's going to pin me for my 23-6 championship, Brittney, you're sadly mistaken. My title was stolen recently, and I snatched it back.
Oh, you did get it back. I did see something about that.
Wait till you see the video. What happened to me? I almost ruined my $800 pair of Bad Bunny shoes.
Oh my god!
There's water splashing because it was pouring, raining. It was water everywhere, mud and everything. Holy shit! Alex is in the chat. Brittney Savage is a legend, pioneer of women's wrestling. Sorry, I was late. Love you, Britt.
Oh, thank you. I'm blind, so I'm like trying to read the screen without getting too close because that's uncomfortable.
Do you know Alex?
Which Alex? Again, I'm so blind I can't see the picture.
He's usually at NYWC. He works behind the scenes. That is a terrible picture of you.
Oh, yes. Thanks,
Change your
Alex.
picture, Alex.
I do know. I'm like,
change your picture. Oh, Marissa's got a suggestion. When JT comes back, you should be the guest co-host.
That's an idea.
That's an idea. We'll talk. All right, everybody in Instagram land, have a great night. I'll be back in 15 minutes. As for everybody else,
such a busy man.
I know, I'm tired.
But thank you so much for having me on your show again, especially because I have been doing nothing inside the professional wrestling world. So I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Brittney, just hold on for a minute. Everybody else, I'll be back in 15 minutes with, who's my guest? Lexi Green. Ooh, stay tuned for that.